Okay, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Daily Double. Today we'll be finishing Perek of Gil Masech Shabbos and starting the last Perek of Masech Shabbos, Perek of Daled, the most prakim in any Masechta in Shas. It has a Gemara written about it because there is Masechas Kalim which has 30 prakim. One day we'll get there. It's not a fun Masechta from what I've heard because I've never done it before. But Shabbos I have done. Hey, Osin Kol Tzarech Meis. A person dies on Shabbos, you can do anything for him, necessarily, Tara, whatever Tara is. I'm not intimately familiar with it. Sachin, Madichan, also, you can anoint the body, you can wash the body. Bavash, Yazizu, whatever. You can't touch you can't move the body. I mean, to bring it into a mikvah would probably be a problem, right? You could pour water over it, but you can't move it because the body's muksa, it's dead. Muksa makwas gufo. Shomtin as a karbi sakta, if he's lying on a pillow or blankets, you can remove the pillow from underneath them because, again, you're not directly touching with your hands the muksa. Matilin also al chol, right? And by removing the pillow, he's now on the sand, right? B'shil sheyamtin. The reason you're removing the blankets and pillows is that he shouldn't heat up too much, so he shouldn't rot so quickly. Kosher nas halechi lo sheyale el shel Yosef. Apparently, when a person dies, his jaw goes down. So you can put something to hold the jaw in place, but you can't pick it up because that's moving the muksa. Elishla Yosef, you just tie it so it shouldn't go further down. Similar, a beam that breaks, nothing to do with a dead person. It broke in your house. So you don't want it to completely collapse. So you put a bench there, it doesn't fall down. Oh, ba'aruchos hamita, or if you have posts or poles from your bed, you want to use it to support the fallen beam. Lo shetala, you can't pick it up. Ela shalotosif, it shouldn't go further down. Ema amsin es habeis b'Shabbos v'lo b'chol im yitzias nefesh. You can't move the eyes of a dead person. Even though he's dead, you can't move his eyes. Again, that's moving him. That's tiltal muksa. V'lo b'chol im yitzias nefesh. And also during the week, if he hasn't completely died yet, you can't close his eyes. Even though the person is dead, basically, it's a situation of hospice care, he's dying. You can't make him die quicker. Even by something small, by closing his eyes, will help him die quicker. It's like you spilled blood. It's almost like you killed the person. You chayiv hereg for killing. We'll talk about that in Ian Mitzvah, what I think about it. Perek of Dalet, last Perek Masech Shabbos, Mishnah Aleph, Mishnah Hershech B'derech. Let's say, a lot of times it happens, Shabbos is getting close. And you're not home yet, right? It's getting close to Shabbos. You have your wallet with you. No kisel and nachri. You're allowed to give your wallet to a non-Jew, even though it's amir la'akum, and you're telling the non-Jew to bring it to your house. You could do that because people, where Hashem was, Chazal were worried that people care too much about their wallet, and they're going to start carrying it on Rosh Hashanah on Shabbos, which is more of a problem. Said better the lesser of two evils. If he doesn't have a non-Jew next to him, if you have a donkey with you, you can put it on the donkey and lead the donkey. And now you have to be careful. The Gemara explains this is kind of a weird situation. You have to, every 4 amos, you have to take it off the donkey and put it back on the donkey. Even though it's muksa, is right. There's no goy. Amir al-Akhri is not as bad as muksa. You move the muksa. But if it was Dalat Amos, your Chomer carry for Dalat Amos, that would be Mechamer Achal Behemto. It's basically you're causing your animal to work on Shabbos, do Hotzah on Shabbos, and that's also a lav. It's Isser Daraisa, so you can't do that. Let's say you're able to successfully get to with your animal, not necessarily your wallet over here. Let's say you have things which are not muksa, and things which are muksa. So you got to before Shabbos, you got to not before Shabbos. Shabbos got set in, and you got to your yard. No, those I can't tell them Shabbos. Certain kalim were not muksa. You can take them on Shabbos. You tell them Shabbos matir is chavalim asakin of them aleim. And the bags that do contain muksa, you can untie them, and they'll fall off the animal. In which case, you're not moving them off; you're just untying them, and they move by themselves. You can't move it because it's muksa. So that's what you do in such a case. I'll briefly talk about a funny story I have with my father. I always like to talk about this story. That was one time he actually Hershech B'derech. I don't know, his car broke down or something like that. It was full of snow. He had nowhere, and he had all his stuff with him: his car keys, his wallet. He didn't know what to do with it, and challahs for Shabbos. So he buried them somewhere under the snow, and he walked home. It was like, I don't know, a couple mile walk home He actually made Kaddish or something like that at a Hasidish minyan. He was saying Kaddish for my grandmother, I think. So he always talks about this Mishnah, about what he did, and then he came back on Motzei Shabbos. Luckily, even the challahs were still there. They didn't take the challahs. His keys and his wallet were still there. But according to this Mishnah, technically he could have given his wallet to a non-Jewish person and said, "Bring it to my house." Whether you trust a non-Jewish person or not, probably made the right decision. You can't probably trust a non-Jew. He'd probably take the wallet for himself. But if you had someone that was trustworthy, he could have done that. If he learned Masechah Shabbos, probably wasn't available to him. I don't know if he learned this Mishnah, but it's a funny story. It actually happened to my father. So when it's relevant, hits home more. Hope you enjoyed today's share. Stay tuned. Re'iyah Mitzion coming up next.